This is why you shouldn't put your jerkbaits up after spring. Welcome back to the Googan Lab. Let's get into it. Jerkbait fishing, it's been around, since the beginning. Since there was literally balsa baits, floating jerkbaits. Now we have so many types of jerkbaits, and suspending jerkbaits are particularly deadly when it comes to bass fishing. But a lot of anglers will fish these in the colder months. So your winter time, they're excellent because they pause and they allow the fish to catch up to them, eat them. It looks like a dying bait fish in the cold. And in the springtime, they're really effective as well when bass are moving into those spawning areas. They'll kind of go high up in the water column, sometimes just kind of sit there, sun, wait, and get some really big female bass. So the post spawn, that is when bass start to do a little fry guarding. They start to move offshore, they go deeper, and we sometimes forget about the jerkbait, but these suspending jerkbaits like this Scout, they're gonna bring fish up from the depths. If there's clear enough water, they're gonna come up and they're gonna hit a jerkbait. Same thing we think about with topwater, those big walking baits in the summertime, they come all the way up to the surface. They'll do the same thing with a jerkbait. So if you have some fish on a brush paw, if you have them on deep docks with that clear water, you can fish this jerkbait, fish those same pauses. You don't have to pause as long as you would in the springtime or the wintertime, but those same types of pauses, and it'll bring those fish up and grab it. So the deeper diving one, the original size Scout, I'm gonna throw most of the time. I'll throw the junior when fish are like schooling on small shad. If I see little shad getting kicked out of the water around, fish that are just schooling open water around cover, marinas, floating walkways, tires, anything like that, I love to throw this small one that just goes right under the surface, just 2-3 foot down, and it's almost like fishing at top water, but those fish are more apt to get it. Obviously, with the invention of Livescope, especially in the hands of a pro, like some of our Googan Squad pros, those guys are smashing it with Livescope and the jerkbait. It's a really deadly combo for summertime fishing. You see those fish that are suspended over the cover, and you're able to really pinpoint, throw the jerkbait, and you can, in real time, make those pauses, those dead stops that get those fish to run into the back of it and smash it. In the fall, I love to fish a jerkbait as well, and this completes the year-round journey of the jerkbait. You get a lot of shad getting pushed up. Typically we think about throwing our spinner baits and our square bill crankbaits and things like that, but just the amount of schooling that takes place in the fall, the jerkbait really turns on. So when they're not biting those other meat and potatoes things, love to throw the jerkbait, and it's also heavy enough where you can really reach out there to those random schooling fish that pop up. So it's better than a topwater when they, sometimes they'll smash a topwater, but they're hitting it just under the surface. They're just more apt to get it. And then we go back to winter, where long pauses, you start getting them all over again. So literally, the jerkbait is a year-round fish catcher, and everyone needs to have these in their tackle box and keep them in there 365. And that's it for talking about jerkbaits. If you want to see more tips and tricks, subscribe right here to the Googan Lab. We'll see you next time.